Subscribe to this channel and also turn on your notification bell in order to get our latest updates.
We have lost some of the best of our fighters in Batibo again and again and again and again. Now, today we are talking about 15. And the worst of it, ladies and gentlemen, is that these 15 happen to be some of the best in Amazonia. We are told they were coming from all over. Some were coming from Bui, some were coming from all the way from the southern zone, some came from all over the place, Some were there from the BLM. That young man speaking there in glasses, in spectacles, he was there from the BLM. I am not sure whether he is among those killed or arrested or injured. We do not know. But all of them that you see here, we do not know their fate yet.
Chris Anu, the Secretary of State for Communication of the interim government, has confirmed that 15 Amazonian fighters died in Batibo. It should be recalled that ending July and early August 2022, there was a fierce battle between Amazonian fighters and the Cameroon military in the village of Enyo and Ewa in Batibo. After the fierce battle, the Amba boys withdrew and went back to their camp in Ewa village, not knowing that the military had surrounded the place. They were attacked and many killed and several wounded. Reports say the battle in Enyo was strong because they were facing each other, but in Ewa, a neighboring village, the boys had gone tired and were sleeping when the military surrounded them. Other reports reveal that some soldiers were equally neutralized in the confrontations. However, the exact number of military casualties is very uncertain. The military helicopter was seen moving in and out of Ewa village. It is believed that they were carrying dead military corpses. Ewa is a stronghold of the feared General Efang of the Amazonian Defense Force, a separatist group in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon led by Joe Ayaba Lucas. A statement from the Cameroon government says the mission was a successful one. Chris Anu, the communications secretary of the interim government, analyzes the statement. Stay tuned and listen to what Chris Anu has to say. Thanks for watching and bye for now.
Mission in Batibo successfully because of the reliability of intelligence. And then he also talks about the planning was good. And then the presence of guides. Again, this will have to do with blacklegism. The presence in Batibo of guides, which means those who led them to the location. And then good coordination, they say, was another factor. Say good coordination while driving. That is, why driving to the location where these fighters were located. And then it says recklessness and professionalism of men. I don't get what they're trying to say there. Now they talk about the difficulties that they encountered. Number one, the presence of fog hindering visibility. In other words, they are trying to let us know that if the weather is not good, they cannot operate really good. And then number two, density of vegetation, slowing down progression. The vegetation, the forest, the bush, so the density, the thickness of the forest slowed down their progression or advance in to the location where these boys were. Now, the analysis, they say, notwithstanding the large number of injured, this operation remains a success. Again, I am suspecting that the large number of injured probably refer to their own soldiers injured during that operation. So notwithstanding the large number of injured, this operation remains a success in view of its more than evocative balance sheet. The considerable losses inflicted on the terrorists of this locality, they say, in the dynamics of the previous ones, will certainly break their momentum and that of, need you to get that once more. He says, the considerable losses inflicted on the terrorists, they are referring to the ADF fighters, the Amba fighters, the considerable losses inflicted upon them at this locality in the dynamics of the previous one. That means compared to previous damages, will certainly break their momentum, which means will certainly get the Amba fighters maybe laying down their arms and walking away. That is, again, this is coming to you from the Colonial Military Report. It says the amount of the people, the fighters they kill, will lower the momentum on those left. And then lastly, it says maintaining the pressure will certainly reduce or even annihilate the I don't know what it means by up for activity. Up for activity, I don't know what that means, but I guess what I can conclude from there is that they are saying that that action that they carry out is going to see if the momentum dies down. Now, I'd like to say this before I bring in my informants here this afternoon or this evening. This keeps on happening again and again and again in that little community LGA of Batibo. We have lost some of the best of our fighters in Batibo again and again and again and again. And every time it happened, the ADF was involved, directly involved. I mean directly, not even indirectly, but the ADF was directly involved. We are talking about 15. And the worst of it, ladies and gentlemen, is that these 15 happen to be some of the best in Amazonia. We are told they were coming from all over. Some were coming from Bui, some were coming from all the way from the southern zone, some came from all over the place, Some were there from the BLM. That young man speaking there in glasses, in spectacles, he was there from the BLM. I am not sure whether he is out or arrested or injured. We do not know. But all of them that you see here, we do not know their fate yet. But again, it happened. And questions, ladies and gentlemen, are being asked. Why always the ADF? But there is something a little intriguing here. I like to be very honest with all of you. We have a held belief that the ADF has been fighting alongside La République du Cameroon military. So it is a kind of a little puzzling that French Cameroon soldiers will actually descend upon their own partners. In this case, something must have gone wrong. Now, I am told that the same compound where these boys were picked up, ladies and gentlemen, the compound where they were picked up at, the picture you see on your screen is the location where these boys were killed. Now, I am told this is the very house in which Regina Mundi was hiding, was kept. Now, I do not understand. Something doesn't make sense here. I have talked to hundreds of our fighters on the ground. Very few of them live in permanent structures. They don't live in permanent structures. But the ADF lives in permanent structures like this one. Regina Mundi was picked up from this one. You would think that those fighters would have made a change of location, being that this one was already known. No, they did not move. They did not leave. They just continue business at this location as usual. And nothing happened to them. So that La République du Cameroon will now descend on them, not just to pick them up, but kill 15 of them, pick so many of them, injure so many of them, living comfortably in that house, something is wrong. We need to understand something. There is something in the midst of this that we are not understanding. If we are to go with the picture that indeed the ADF has been fighting alongside La République du Cameroon, if that holds, then something must have gone wrong here, which we are still to figure out. But I'd like to bring you something. I listened to an audio message that Scott Judson put out. I thought it was quite interesting. The questions asked without answers were quite intriguing. And I'd like to bring you that audio. I'd like you to stay put, listen to the audio, ladies and gentlemen, from Scott Judson. Listen to this audio.
The thing that passed me with all this evil rhetoric, abusing up and down, backing up and down by the ADF guidance. None of us should don't quiet, decide to get in restraint, because these people must provoke them from our talk. These boys for ground zero, they put their lives on the line. General Efang and all you boy them don't do the ultimate sacrifice for many fighters paying with their lives. All they be need them is just good leadership, good orientation and direction. But due to poor coordination and wrong things them where they instruct them for doing, this boy they meet up a Waterloo. Because inexperienced people like Apo Daniel be put in place like whether they call them deputy defense chief and doubling again as spokesman and doubling again as activist. You don't know when for talk what and what not to say. Then now they come for defend themselves over a lockdown where they put them without the appropriate reasons. Because other stakeholders for the revolution said no. This the point they want to talk them. It no match, it no waka, it no catch water. We say no, we not be approved the kind lockdown. Whether we get Operation Sunshine on a rainfall, explain to the other stakeholders well. Then keep your intelligence well. You not do them. Your intelligence leak for the Republic, they can't keep by them. Now you don't work and defend yourself by ranting, abusing everybody, abusing McBrata, scalp. Oh man, how you gonna pursue a revolution by making every other person who not work up your back like sheep? You make them now enemies. You gonna pursue now how? You want to make lockdown? You crush all man. My brother them, not be so that they do. First, you say you want to woke up the spirit of the revolution. The spirit of the revolution, where it die as you talk am, you know they wake up the spirit by making a lockdown. You wake up the spirit by making specific actions. Civilians don't collaborate with us for a long time. They've been disappointed with us because most of the boys, particularly the one for Batibo, where I come from, they're not fight. On all sides, ATF and restoration forces, they're not fight. If you want to make up the people, make them come back again, stop ransom, stop kidnap, stop all that thing the way it make the people them immediately angry. Engage the community, engage in mobilizing them and apologizing to them. Stop fighting one another, and the people will get back the trust where they belong once given. You say you want to recruit people again. You want to recruit at this time during lockdown. You want to recruit people where you get forces for basic, you get forces for Goda, you get forces for other areas. Opinion where they surround which side where you get them. You not support them, may they be strong. You not give them content. So that may they surround you and strengthen you. You inside here, you want to recruit people, keep them for whose side. All camps, we get many camps the way they get about 25 people, 40 people with 2 guns, 3 guns, 5 guns. If you want, we don't need recruitment. We need armament. We need to give them more materials. Not be continue to recruit, we don't get guns or give them. You get Operation Sunshine, you bring people all over. Then you can't keep the people for the same place where the Republic don't enter before. Lost sense. Eh? This one one even means say there's some person will be deputy defense chief or the defense chief or even Ayaba supposed to resign. Because Ayaba don't show say he is very good in rhetoric. But in implementation, he is zero. Because Regina Mundi run for your hand. Now, you bring people you want attack, they die for your hand. You take people you want go last time for Bui, for go carry material, they die for inside your hand. Alabukam, die for your hand. All them are massacres. You stand up for catch people, for your weakness. Instead of resigning or instead of struggling to look where you lapse. Okay, make a point something them. Regina Mundi, when I see the house where they burn them, they burn that house now the headquarters of ATF. And when I don't call them saying our headquarters. And when you call some place in our headquarters, it becomes a target of the enemy. It becomes a specific target. Now you get headquarters, you get F and your office. Now inside F and your office, for LY, that be the way La Republic Banana, where Regina Mundi be read for day. He read that speech where we talk say, we not right of we may resign from parliament. After he read that speech, he did that building. Suddenly he be moved to Ashong. When he be moved to Ashong, La Republic attacked. When I can't go for Bush, La Republic came and attacked that same location. Then they free Mundi where over suspicious circumstances. And then they visit all the other camp them, including that office. Everything they don't run. All man don't run. Now they come, that one pass. How on earth that same place where La Republic don't come visit them before? La Republic don't come for them. We not can reinstall una self for them. We not can she don't back for them. She don't make comes for them. She don't they don't come the second time. They come meet up about 8 boys for them. Most of them are boys they come from outside. They kill them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how on earth did the boys stay in the same camp in which they had been attacked before when they came for Regina Mundi? How come they didn't move out of there? How come they were still there? Now, other things that Sikot brings up here, he talks about no fighting taking place in Batibo. No fighting has been taking place in Batibo, ladies and gentlemen, but this Batibo continues to be a burial ground for some of our best fighters. He says, stop ransom taking and kidnappings and stop killing our own boys. He says, Ayaba is supposed to resign. These are not my own words, but Sikot Johnson's own word, and I understand at a point in time, I think he has been a member of AGOVC. But I think that is a pragmatic approach to the issues, and these are the kind of people we need in this struggle to call things the way they should be called. Those boys who have died, those are somebody's children. Yesterday, it was Field Marshal. Today, it is these boys. We cannot continue to have our own die in this way, especially when we know the rule of blacklegs and enablers. You heard the report from La Republic.